You are planning a trip to Seoul, South Korea, or is it simply on your travel bucket list? Then here are the 5 things you should know before you go. Number 1. Getting from the airport to the city center. When you land in Seoul, one of your first goals will probably be to get as soon as possible to your end destination. And here you have a couple of options. You could take a taxi, probably your most expensive option, or you could take a bus, probably your cheapest option. But if you want to go with the most convenient and most popular option, then you are better off with the train. The Airport Express train is spacious, comfortable and air-conditioned, and the journey to the city center takes only around an hour, making it very comfortable for you. The train runs very frequently, so you will be easily able to catch a train that suits your travel needs. And it is very affordable as well. Tickets run at around 9,500 won for adults and 7,500 won for children. And within that money, you have a 500 won deposit that you pay as well for the ticket or the card that you get. You can easily return that at any bigger train station by yourself and get your money back. But there's one little catch. You can only buy the ticket to the train with cash. So when you land, you will want to find an ATM to get that cash for your ticket. But otherwise, it is a very easy process to get from the airport to the city center with the train. Number 2. Day-to-day transportation and what are the best apps for you to use in that context. Now, in terms of the public transport itself here, it is very convenient, comfortable and easy to use. The stations are written in Korean and English, so you know exactly where you are and where you want to go. The stations itself, you're really safe, big and spacious. You have toilets, shopping malls, food, whatever you might need. And overall, the stations are quite advanced. If you compare it to other older underground stations, such as London, for example, this is on a whole other league. It feels very modern and air-conditioned. You also have the bus system, which works good. You have buses coming on time. And in terms of the tickets, you buy a card, which you top up with money, and for every ride, it deducts some fare on both the bus and the trains. In terms of the navigation in South Korea, there is Google Maps, and you can technically orientate yourself on the map. You know where you are, and you can use your sense to understand where you want to go. But in terms of more complex navigation, such as switching between different transport modes or how you can walk from A to B, that is not a functionality, unfortunately. There is a local app more focused on the market here called Neighbor. However, also it has its limitations and it is not as advanced as navigation apps that we might be familiar with in other places. Number 3. Renting a traditional outfit and taking beautiful pictures of it. If you're after a unique picture opportunity in Seoul, then you might want to consider renting a hanbok, a traditional outfit in Seoul. And here you have a couple of options. You can either reserve with a particular shop online, or you could wander through the streets and see if a shop has availability for you to rent an outfit. The shop owner then helps you to get dressed up in the outfit, make your hair and makeup, so you will feel transformed into this traditional atmosphere and outfit. And the best places to take these pictures, in my opinion, are probably the Gyeongbokgung Palace as well as the Bukchon Hanok village. And that is because those places have a very traditional architecture and they will help your picture composition to come to life in this traditional and beautiful atmosphere. And you will see definitely people renting those outfits on the street. That is for both tourists and locals, because those types of outfits are not worn on an everyday basis. So it is something you do for a special picture opportunity. Number 4. Seoul is a makeup heaven. Now we know that Korean beauty is no joke, but so are their cosmetic products. Koreans pride themselves with using mostly natural ingredients and taking really good care of their skin. But even if you are after day-to-day products, Seoul is probably one of the best places for you to go and find them. I, for example, found some really high-quality eyeshadows and lip products that I love, and I wish I would have bought some more of them. In fact, I even bought a snail face mask. Now, I'm not too sure about that one, but I'm not the one to judge. You have the options and you can buy these type of products to experiment with them. In terms of best areas, Myeongdong is a really good area to go shopping for cosmetic products. But because Seoul and especially South Korea is so famously known for their makeup and their cosmetics, you will find shops everywhere. That is from drugstores to high-end brands. Now, Seoul is probably your best place to go experiment and find your new favorite beauty products. Number 5. How many days should you stay in Seoul? Now, of course, this is a very individual decision and it depends on the way you like to travel, what it is that you want to see and how much time do you have. But overall, I would say staying somewhere between 3 to 5 days is a good amount of time to explore the city. You might want to stay 3 days if your goal is to explore the city and the main sites, visit some food markets, and still have time to browse around the city a little bit. You might want to stay 4 days if you want to take it a bit slower in pace. You like to spend time in cafes or go off the beaten path, or just take a little bit more time exploring the sites. And if your plan is to take a day tour, such as for example to the demilitarization zone, then you might want to stay 5 days, just to give yourself this extra time to take a day tour without sacrificing the time that you have for Seoul and exploring the city in itself. Now, of course, you can stay longer than that, and it just depends on how in depth do you want to go in learning about Seoul and what it is, about the culture and the sites that it has, and you might want to take more day trips. But overall, there's so much to do in Seoul and you will always find something that is interesting for you. So no matter how many days you have, I'm sure you will have a fantastic time. I hope this video on the 5 things to know before you go to Seoul were helpful for you. If you have any other things you think are worth mentioning, please share them in the comments below. Otherwise, if you're in the process of planning your trip at the moment, I have other videos in the series on Seoul that are worth checking out for you. Thank you for watching and until next time.